Hey, how are you? You guys, I wanted to hop on here quickly. I asked this question in my Facebook group, so I kind of wanted to have a bigger audience to have this discussion. So, as you guys are coming on this live, once again, of course, as you hop on in here, say hi, hello, hey, all that awesome stuff so that I can see who's on here. Of course, if you're catching the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, leave your comments, all that awesome stuff. Those of you that are new to me, welcome to my space. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for Christian female coaches who are looking to create more income and more impact without compromising their Christian values. I'm also a TV and radio show host, so we film and record the TV and radio show here in Atlanta, GA. And so, you guys, I think I should have this shared out everywhere that I want for it to be. You guys, definitely, if you're on my business page or on my personal page, feel free to share this out. Also, if you're in the Facebook group, tag a couple of people in the group to let them know that this particular live is on, because like I said, this particular live came out of a question that I asked in my Facebook group. So I wanted to have this discussion based on just the responses that I see to this particular question. So like I said, if you are a Christian female coach and you know of other Christian female coaches, go ahead and tag them. Go ahead and share this out because we want to be able to position. Once again, I'm such a firm believer that as Christians, as believers, as as kingdom-minded entrepreneurs, we should be leading the way in our industry when it comes to coaching. And so, we should be creating more income. We should be creating more impact in our coaching businesses. And so we want to ensure that we are positioning ourselves in such a way to be able to do this. Hey, you guys, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. And so you guys, like I said, this particular live stemmed from the question that I asked in my Facebook group. So if you are not, thanks so much. Do I pronounce it Ina, you guys, I try. I try when it comes to names. I try my best. I try my best to pronounce it correctly, but it don't always work that way. So please forgive me if I did not pronounce that correctly. And so, like I said, this came from a question that I posted in my Facebook group. And so if you are not a part of my Facebook group, definitely go ahead and search it out. It's called Highly Successful Christian Female Coaches and Consultants. And so it's a really amazing place, if I do say so myself, for Christian female coaches. And so once again, the name of the Facebook group is Highly Successful Christian Female Coaches and Consultants. And so just go to the search feature over there on Facebook and go ahead and search the group out. Just make sure that you answer the 3 questions that are there. So make sure you do answer the 3 questions because you won't be able to get in without answering those 3 questions. And so thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for tagging people in the comments, because like I said, you guys, I'm such a firm believer with this. I'm such a firm believer that as believers in business, we should be leading the way when it comes to whatever industry. I don't care what industry you're in. Now, of course, I speak specifically to Christian female coaches, but I don't care what industry you're in. You want to make sure. I'm always reminded of King Solomon. And because of his wisdom, and of course, we know God's hand was on him. So because of his wisdom, because of his discernment, legit people came from across the globe to seek him out. Other kings and queens came from across the globe to seek him out. You see what I'm saying? And so, that's the space and the place. Like, that's what I want us to be. I want people to seek us out because of our wisdom. Once again, we know where our wisdom comes from. We know where our knowledge comes from. We know where our discernment comes from. So we want to make sure that we are connected to and connected with our source. And so, with this right here, so like I said, the question that I had in the group, and let me pull it up. So I'm looking at my other monitor over here. So that's why I'm looking over here. But once again, the question that I posed in my Facebook group, I said, is your coaching business positioned in such a way where you can create your next $30,000 to $50,000 in 90 days. So once again, one thing that I talk to my clients about is how to create more income and more impact. And so I tell people, as you focus on creating that impact, in your coaching business, watch what starts to manifest when it comes to the income that you're generating in your coaching business. And so always looking for those spaces and places where you can show up, being able to add your wisdom, your knowledge, so on and so forth. So one thing I'm always telling people, those of you that are in other people's Facebook groups, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, why are you in there? Why are you in someone else's Facebook group? Add something or leave. Add something or leave the group. And so, I always, if you're in someone's group, someone asks a question, the answer, share it. share it. And so I'm always telling people, even sometimes we come from that perspective of when we meet people, especially because we're entrepreneurs, we come in from that perspective of this person might be a client, this person might be a client, oh my gosh, this might be a client, this might be a client, this might be a client. And so you guys know, those of you that have been my clients, you guys know that that's not the angle, that's not the perspective that I come from when we meet people. I always tell people, as entrepreneurs, people can fall into one of five categories. They might be a potential client, it might be a potential collaboration, it might be a potential connection. But in order for me to know, I need to ask questions. And so, you guys, when it comes to you positioning your business where you are able to create your next $30,000 plus. And so for some of you guys, you're like, dang, Deb, I did that in the last 3 months, or I did that in the last 2 months, or I did that in the last 5 months, or I did that in the last 6 months. Looking at how can I position my business in such a way so that I can generate $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 in 90 days. And so, you guys, to be able to position your business like that, you need to be intentional about some things. You need to be intentional about some things. And so this always goes back to the framework that I have. So the framework, my 5P framework, when you look at that framework and you implement that framework, it positions you in such a way, or like I said, it allows for you to be able to create more income and more impact. And so when it comes to some of the things, I'm like, I'm going to, I don't even know if I want to say this is a given. So let me say it, because I don't want to just assume anything. But you guys, and I'm learning this, I'm doing a 50-day devotional with some ladies in my Facebook group. So I found there's a devotional on there, what's it called? The NBA. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the devotional that we're doing. But there's a devotional that we're doing, and it's 50 days. It's in one of the Bible apps. And so it really and truly has us looking at our businesses. And so one thing that I'm always saying, I think just because we're Christians doesn't mean that we're necessarily, having a business that's in alignment with what God has. Some of us, we're doing things and then we'll turn around and say, oh, wait a minute, God, hold on, God, what about this? Like, he's an afterthought. So part of you being able to position your business in such a way to where you can create at least $30,000, first and foremost, I don't even want to assume. But you guys, you have to ensure that you're doing business in alignment with what God has for you. You want to ensure that you're doing business in alignment with what God has for you. I have seen too many times in this online space where people are, specifically coaches, because that's what I'm talking to. I'm talking specifically to coaches. But some of you guys are creating coaching businesses that are out of alignment with what it is that God has for you. And so when I have people that will come to me and say, yeah, I'm a business coach. So of course we dive into it. Okay, yeah, what made you decide to be a business coach? How many clients do you currently have? I'm asking them business questions. How many clients have you had? What are your offers? And the things that I'm hearing, well, I haven't had any clients yet. And so I pause. I'm like, okay, well, is it that you haven't had any clients in this particular business? Because I can get it. Maybe you just started off as a coach. And so, but you've had other businesses. Well, no, I haven't had any other businesses. Okay, wait a minute. You're a business coach and you're telling somebody to help somebody start a business. You've never had a business before. You haven't had clients before, but you're showing somebody else how to do it. Well, where did you get this idea from? Well, I was working with this coach and this coach said, I said, okay, is that what God told you? Well, actually, when I was talking to God, he mentioned something, about people supporting people and finding their purpose. But then when I mentioned that to the other coach, they were like, well, people don't pay to help you find their purpose. I said, oh, so get into the root of where this is coming from. And so you guys, like I said, just ensuring, one, are you in alignment with what it is that God has for you and told you to do in your business? That's going to be key, because everything else that I talk about from this point forward, if you're out of alignment, it's not going to matter. I don't care what I tell you to do, what any coach tells you to do. If you're not in alignment with what it is that God has, even if you have some success, and I'm going to put success in quotation marks because I'm like successful according to whose standards, because once again, we know what our standards should be or who we should be basing our standards upon and according to. But if you want to look at how the world does it, then yeah, technically you may have some success, but are you in alignment? Are you in alignment? And you guys hear me say this all the time. Some of you guys are following coaches and doing things that coaches are telling you to do that don't even serve the same God that you serve. Well, there's some Christian coaches out there and they're out of whack as well. Yeah, there's people, all kind of people, not necessarily walking in the way that they need to be walking. That's why it's important for you to have your own relationship with God so that you can hear from him yourself. Does that make sense? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So that's the first part. So you guys, like I said, I'm always saying, are you in alignment? And it's funny because I shared a one of my memories around this time last year. One of the things I shared, and I put that reminder out there. One thing that my clients always hear me say, and I always ask my clients, is this what God told you to do? Is that what God told you to do? Did he tell you to do that? Did he tell you to do that? Because my thing is, you're not going to get out of alignment on my watch. Not on purpose. Like, I'm not going to intentionally lead you astray. I don't want that kind of pressure on me. When it's time for me to go and account before the Lord, and he said, well, Bev, remember, y'all not about to do that to me. No, not on my watch. So you guys, like I said, first and foremost, you need to make sure that you're in alignment. Remember, God is not an author of confusion. So if there's some confusion, there's some uncertainty. And when I say this, hear me, because I am of that school of thought that there are some times that you take a step and you're like, God, I think this is what you're telling me to do. To me, that's completely different. If you're taking a step because you feel like it's in alignment with what God has, I say run with it. Go, 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 go. Take the step. But some of you guys, like I said, you just like, God, I don't know what's going on. God, I don't feel like I've heard from you in the past 2, 3, 12 months. And that's when you really need to start getting quiet and really start at, okay, God, what's going on? God, what's my next step? God, how am I supposed to be serving these people? God, how, am I, with the work that I do, able to create? And when I say disciples, what I mean are those people that when they walk away from what it is that you do, that they walk away in a better place, in a better space. So whether or not it's a relationship, their business, their health, their leadership, whatever it is that you support them in, are they walking away better people? So you guys, that's why it's so important, especially for us as believers. I just feel like we have a level of responsibility that people who are not believers, they don't have that same level of responsibility. And what I mean by that same level is once again, we know that God is serious about his children. God is serious about his people. And so that responsibility that we have to ensure that we're walking in that space of integrity and we're walking in that space of excellence. That is something that for us as believers, we are tasked to do. And so you want to ensure that when you decided to answer the call, because once again, it's a decision, we have free will. We have free will. You can decide not to answer the call of entrepreneurship if you want to. But when you decide to say, okay, God, once again, it's a different level of responsibility that you're saying okay to. And you want to make sure that you're taking this thing seriously. Some of you guys, like I said, you pick up the business when you want to and then put it down. Pick it back up when you want to and then put it down. I'm just asking, is that how God told you to run the business? Did God tell you to run the business like that? I'm just asking, is that how you told? Like I said, I don't know, because I don't know what he told you. But did he tell you to run your business like that? And I say this to people all the time. God knows the level of responsibility that you have. He knows if you're a wife, a mother, the responsibilities that you may have at work, the responsibilities that you may have in the community. He knows. He knows, he knows, he knows. I love that, Melody. You guys, I always encourage people to take some time away to reset, refocus, and just like, okay, God, what's next? Like I said, take that reflection, reflect back on what worked, what did not work, what your goals are. Like I said, Melody, I pray you use some of that time to dream with God. Just get big. Oh, God, like just allow for your imagination just to go with him. So you guys, like I said, that's why every time I'm talking, like it's so important. It is so important to have that alignment with God. Of course, that next thing, if you're talking about positioning your business in such a way so that you can generate at least $30,000 in the next 90 days, then of course you have to have an offer and the way that you price that offer. So the way you position and the way you price your offer, the way you position and price your offer. If you guys have been paying attention to some of the testimonials that I've had over the past couple of days. So one of the testimonials that I shared, 2 of my clients last week had $10,000 plus weeks. It's all in the way. First of all, like I said, that alignment. And then that next thing, looking at how they're packaging and pricing their offer. And I'm telling you now, they did not hit the $10,000 plus week with a $500 offer. Can it be done? Yeah. If you have an active and engaged audience, then yeah, you can do it with a $500 offer. You can probably do it. You can do it with a $97 offer. But for a lot of you guys, you don't have that level of engagement like that with your audience. And so the other post that I had in my group a few minutes ago was, and you guys, it's the truth. It takes the same level of energy, the same energy to promote your $300 offer as it does your $3,000 offer. It takes the same level of energy. So which one are you going to choose to do? Which one are you going to promote? Well, Ben, when I promote the $300 one, nobody's buying it. Probably because they look at it and realize and see, I'm not going to be able to get the level of transformation with this $300 4-week offer that you have. They're waiting on you to step up and show up. So in the meantime, while you're playing small, they're going over to the coach over there that has this transformational offer, that's talking about their transformational offer. And more than likely, the offer is probably more than yours. So where yours is at $3,000, theirs is probably at $7,500. Talking to the same people in your audience. And so where that person told you no to your $300 offer, they just said yes to that coach over there to their $7,500 offer. Why? Because it was all in the way that they packaged and priced and positioned their offer. They realized, yeah, I could go and promote the $500 offer if I want to, or I can go and promote this transformational $7,500 offer and get these people in it. Like I said, the same people that turned down your $300 offer. And so I say this all the time, it's not just slapping a zero on the end. So I don't want anyone to say, okay, well, Ben said it takes the same energy, so I'm just going to slap a zero on the end of my $300 offer. That's not how it works. You do have to know how to position and price it. I was working with a new client yesterday and going through the checklist that I go through when I'm helping people to create their offers. And usually right around question 3 or 4 on my checklist, she said, Bev, I know this is getting ready to sound weird. She said, but I love you. And it was right on point. Right on point. I'm just saying that, Latoya, I'm just saying it might be that time to go on ahead and step on into that. I'm just saying, I don't know what made me say 7,500. I don't know who that was for, but take it and run with it. So you guys, I'm telling you, it is definitely a way to package and price that service. So once again, a lot of you guys, and what I love, my clients, I'm telling you, usually I can take their offer. I don't care if it's a $1,200 offer. Now, the most I've ever done, the biggest leap I've done probably has been an additional $5,000 to their offer. Like that's probably been, no, that's not true. Better stop lying. I'm sorry. Never mind. My client with her $100,000 offer. Never mind. I was about to tell that lie. That wasn't true. But you guys, I'm telling you, I can take your offer. Most of you guys, I can take your offer. So I promise you, if you have sold a $500 offer, if you have sold a $1,000 offer, if you have sold a $2,000 offer, I promise you, I can show you how to at least double. That's at the low. Double it. At least I can say at least double it. At least double it. At least double it. And the cool part is not only will we at least double it, but you'll sell it. Like I said, the client that when she came to me with that offer and that price point, she came to me with that offer and that price point, and I'm like, no, ma'am, what we're not gonna do, not under my watch. And you guys, there are some people where I have to ease them into a price increase. I do. I have to ease them into it. There are some where I'm like, nope. And she was one of them. The one that we did that $5,000 price jump, I'm like, you are not going to continue to sell this offer at this price point. No, ma'am. Very rarely do I do it, but sometimes I have to put my foot down because I know that in order for someone to do a price jump like that, they have to be in alignment. They have to be in alignment. But this particular person, you guys, and that's the amazing power of being in alignment to me, especially with other believers. Because for me, when you guys come to me, usually I see something in you that you may not see yet. And so that's why I'm so confident when it comes to the price increases, because I'm like, I see it. I clearly see it. We still got some more easing to do, Latoya. We still got some more easing to do. Hey, Rhea. And so you guys, like I said, and it's the same thing when you're working with your clients. It's the same thing when you're working with your clients. A lot of you guys see your clients because God has allowed you to be able to see that, see things in your clients that they may not see in themselves quite yet. And so, you guys, I'm telling you, if you want to be able to position your business to be able to create at least $30,000 in the next 90 days, your packaging and your pricing has to be on point. Like I said, technically, yeah, you can do that with a $500 offer. But most of you guys, the way that your audience is set up and your engagement is set up, that's going to be so much harder. It's going to be a lot easier if you were working with an offer that said $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, whatever it is. But like I said, to be able to jump from a $500 offer to a $7,500 offer, let's just say that number again for Latoya. That's specifically for Latoya. Now, not to say her offer is not 500, but I just want to say that number 7,500 till she get that in her spirit. To be able to make that increase and do that increase in your pricing, like I said, it takes some mindset shifts. And I promise you what will also happen when you raise that price like that, you're going to encounter some people that, you know, that you share with them or you talk to them about the price and they ghost you. They disappear. They're like, oh my goodness. It's okay. It is okay. It is okay. But I'm telling you, because once again, it takes you embodying a certain person to be able to sell an offer at $3,000. $5,000, $7,500 for Latoya, $15,000. You have to be in a certain mental space. You have to be in a particular connection. And I said this the other day on my live. When people, when someone asked me, they were like, "Well, Bev, you know, your lowest price offer is $2,000. What about those people who don't have $2,000 right now to invest in your services?" And so the way that I can confidently respond to that, and the reason why I'm so confident and I'm okay. That's the word. The reason why I'm okay with the price points that I have. Now, mind you, I didn't start off at this place. But the reason why I'm so confident to be able to say, well, hey, to work with me, it starts at a minimum of $2,000. It's a couple of reasons. One, I have a proven track record. Two, that offer that I have for $2,000 should actually be a $5,000 offer. That's my academy. The type of information that's in that academy is mind blowing. Three, the level of free content that I give out. So even for those people, because like I said, sometimes you legit don't have it, and I get it. But my thing is, if you legit don't have it, I have too many free trainings that are available. Hop on that free training, implement it, go make your money, then come on back and let's have a conversation. Like I said the other day, just did that free challenge not too long ago. I did that free challenge not too long ago. So those that hopped in, over 250 people who signed up for that free challenge, and then I gave another additional 5 days of access to that content. So those that just didn't have it, they have been presented with opportunities to be able to do that. They have been presented with opportunities that even if they flat out didn't have a penny, it didn't cost anything to do that challenge. When I come on and do the live trainings, the Facebook live trainings, it doesn't cost you anything. Well, some time, I'm sorry, it does take you some time. But if you go through and you implement, so that's why I'm so confident to be and okay with my pricing starting at $2,000. That's why I'm so confident with that. Because I know that I have other offers that are out there, other things that are out there that if they take it and implement it, because I've had too many people that have taken the free content and made money on the free content, let alone the paid stuff. Hey, Marie, where have you been? So I've had so many. So like I said, that's why I'm so confident like that. And so you guys, you need to be confident in what you offer as well and the price point that you offer your stuff at. So like I said, Latoya was able to agree. She said, girl, I've been ghosted too. Look, And my thing is, it doesn't, Latoya doesn't stop because somebody goes to her. It doesn't make her say, well, you know what? Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't. No, that's not a on me thing where it should make me stop and say and contemplate and maybe I should. No, that's on them. And once again, I'm not saying anything to be negative. So that's what you want to make sure that you keep in mind. So like I said, you guys, you have to know how to position and price your services. Some of you guys, I'm like, if you just let me get your hands on you, I'm telling you, your 30,000 in 90 days, that will be nothing. It will be nothing to help you do 30,000 in 90 days. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But once again, all I can do is present you the information. You have to make the decision to move forward. And then, of course, that last part, if you were serious about being able to position your coaching business in such a way to where you can generate at least $30,000 in 90 days. Like I said, I've had clients that have run the gamut from 35,000 up to 116,000. Clients that have legit done 10, 20, $30,000 in 1 week. But like I said, they didn't do that with a $500 offer. It makes it so hard. It makes it so hard. And so that last part, of course, is how you're promoting. Look at how you're promoting your offers. So that comment that I made earlier about it takes the same energy. And like I said, the energy that I put into promoting that free challenge, that's the same level of energy that I put in when I'm promoting my accelerator. Anything that I put out, it's the same level of energy. Because this is the reason why. Because it's still my brand. It is still my brand. It's still my brand. And I will always, one is still my brand. Two, because of whose I am. We should always, always, always operate in integrity and in excellence. Period. Always. Always. You guys, I'm telling you. So like I said, when it comes to you showing up, when it comes to you marketing and promoting, you guys, I'm telling Latoya, I see you. Latoya's out there communicating with her people every single day because Latoya realizes that it's not about her. It is about the people that she has been called to serve. Latoya can't not talk to people about how she can support her. Latoya, she can't not do it because she understands the importance in what it is that she does. She understands the importance of the people that she was called to serve. And so, you guys, I'm telling you, when you get to that level of knowing and understanding, like I said, when it comes to the people that you have been called to serve, you can't not sit and not have conversations with people. You can't not sit there and let people know how you can serve them. You cannot not have these conversations with people. Like you just can't do it. Because my thing is, when you lie your head down at the end of the day, like I said, one of the questions I try to ask myself each and every day, did I show up for those people that God has called me to serve? If I did not, why not? Why not? Because like I said, it's no longer just about me. This is a huge responsibility. It is a huge responsibility. Now, note what I said. I said show up daily. I didn't say that you had to be tied to your computer 24/7. I did not say that. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly, Marie. Exactly. So, you guys, I'm telling you, like I said, of course, your partnership with God, you have to make sure that you know how to position yourself, package and price your services. You have to know how to promote. And once again, and I said this the other day, look at what you are doing when it comes to the promoting. And once again, you looking at where you are. So if right now all you have is social media, that's all that you're using right now for your business. Are you leveraging social media? Kelly, when I tell you, when I tell you, when I tell you. So if you have an email list, how are you leveraging your email list? And some of you guys, you kill me. Well, babe, I only had 30 people on my email list. Okay. Are you waiting until you have 300? Are you waiting until you have 100? Like, what's the magic number that you're waiting on before you have these conversations and this communication with your people? Well, Bev, you know, if I send them an email, like if I send them 2 emails in a week, somebody's going to unsubscribe. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Say people unsubscribe from my email list every single day or every time I send out an email. That's fine. You guys, that's fine. Think about the number of emails that you get in a day. How many times do you hit that unsubscribe button at the bottom? It's fine. It is fine. Once again, we're internalizing that to make it seem like it's something wrong with us. Thank you, Latoya. Tell them, have those conversations with those people. See, and this is the thing. So those of you that know me, the way when I talk to my clients, I'm always like, you know, ask these people what they want. Like, why are you here? What do you want? And so we have ways of them asking, why are you here? What do you want? Where does it? I don't say it. We don't say it like that. But my thing is, they're in your space for a reason. So my thing is, if they're on your email list, why? If you're just taking up space, I need you to go because I got to pay for y'all. If they're on your email list, minus MailChimp, I know MailChimp has a free part to it, but if they're on your list, and even with MailChimp, when you get to a certain number, you got to start paying for those people. So you got to go. Look, if you're not about being able to, one, take your business from startup to 6 figures, if you're not about being able to walk in your purpose and monetizing on your purpose, then you got to get out of my space. Once again, no hard feelings. It's just I'm not the coach for you. I don't want to waste your time when you could be connected with someone that may be able to support you to do whatever it is you want to do. I don't know what it is you want to do, but I can't help you with it. The same thing if they're in your Facebook group. Why are you here? What do you want? Is there anything that I can do to serve you? And like I said, ask them. Ask them. No, I'm telling y'all. Yeah, look, y'all got to go. Y'all taking up space over here. What you want? Like I said, the same thing if they're in your Facebook group. The same thing. So don't, ask them, reach out and ask, look, how can I serve you? And see what they say. So once again, promoting your services, having your conversations with these people. Well, Ben, I just saw somebody on my timeline and they did a screenshot of somebody in their inbox and they just put that person on blast, and I don't want to be that person, but I know what it feels like when somebody send me a message, and in that message they come in there and they say, hey, and then the next thing they trying to sell me something. I didn't tell you to hop in their inbox and try to sell them something. I didn't say that. I said have a conversation with them. Go ahead, Latoya, see what they say. Come back and tell me what they say. But you guys, some of us, we don't make moves in our businesses because, like I said, that example that I just gave, I just saw somebody, either one, they put a screenshot on and then talked about somebody in their messenger, or two, you had an experience where somebody hopped in their inbox or hopped in your inbox and you said hi, they said hello, my name is Amita. Hey, my name is Amita and I got some tea for you, and this tea will allow for you to lose weight in 15 minutes. And then not only can you lose weight, you can also make $1,000 a week if you come on in my team. So you took that 1 or 2 experiences that you have had and you use that as the reason why you don't make moves in your business. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Like I said, my clients, there is not one client that has been one of my clients, at least, that will tell you that Bev said hop in somebody's inbox, say hello, and then try to sell them something. That's not how we do it. There's a right and wrong way to do things. Some of you guys became a client of mine because of conversations that we had in Messenger. All right, Marie. So you guys, I'm telling you. So I don't know of any coaches that are not able to position their business in such a way to where you can generate an additional 30 to 90, at least 30,000 plus in 90 days. But like I said, it does take some mind shifts, Latoya, right? It takes some mind shifts. Like, this is not something where, especially for some of you guys, if you're used to generating $50,000 in a year in your coaching business, and now here come Bev talking about you can do $50,000 in 90 days, it takes some mindset shifts. It takes some internal shifts, even the mindset, but it takes some other additional shifts as well. It takes you leaning on God in such a way that you hadn't leaned on God before. And also being able to lean on other people. It also takes you being able to have that support system as well. Just a completely different level of doing business. And so for some of you guys, you're not ready for that level. It's not a bad thing. For some of you guys, it's not. Some of you guys, you need to get your mind right. I'm just saying. You need to get your mind right. Just FYI. And so you guys, but I'm telling you, and when you walk into a space like that, once again, and I say this all the time, when you create $10,000 in a week, $20,000 in a week, $30,000 in a week, the level of impact that that has on you and your household and the people that you are serving, it's at a completely different level. The stuff that goes on with you internally is so different. And I would love for more of you guys to experience that type of impact. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing to be able to experience that type of impact. And so you guys, the really crazy thing, I'm going to close with this. The really crazy thing with being able to generate revenue at that level. And once again, the reason why I'm pointing over here is because my other monitor is over here. So I see it out of the corner of my eye that has that question about, is your business positioned in such a way to where you can generate the next $30,000 to $50,000 in 90 days? And I will share this part with you. When you generate revenue at that level, there's a new level of limiting beliefs and mindset shifts that you have to make. Because for some of you guys, you feel like if I just get the $10,000 a month, I'm just telling everything will be easy breezy. It's a different level of thought process that goes on at that level. And so once again, being able to have that support, being able to have the tools to help you to be able to shift at that level is going to be key. Because the thing is, like I said, then you start having questions like, okay, was that a fluke? Will I be able to maintain at this level? Oh my gosh, what happens if this happens? You start with a bunch of what ifs. You start wondering, can you maintain it? Can you sustain it? Was that a fluke? Can I do it again? Can I reproduce it? That type of thing. So it's just a different level of limiting beliefs that come up, different level of questions that come up. And so the thing is, you want to make sure that you're prepared. So even at the level that you're at now, what are you doing to prepare yourself? That's the question. I love it. There you go. There you go, Melody. So you guys, like I said, get in that alignment with God, positioning yourself when it comes to you. First of all, being the go-to, you guys have to accept that. That's what I talked about earlier about King Solomon and people coming to you as that resource. The way you package and price your offers, once again, I'm telling you, so many of you guys, if you sold your offer for $500, if you sold it for $1,000, if you sold it for $2,000, more than likely 9 times out of 10, I can show you how to double or triple that and still be able to sell it. And then once again, look at how you're promoting your offer. Look at how you're having conversations with people about how you can serve them. That type of thing. And so you guys, when you have those pieces in place, it makes it so easy for you to be able to generate $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 in 90 days. For some of you guys, $100,000 in 90 days. Whoa. You guys, people do it all the time. But once again, they're strategic with it. They're consistent with it. And you can do the same thing. And the people that I see doing it are not even believers. That's the thing. So just imagine as believers, if we got together and did that thing at that level, and then allowed God to come in and pour his super on top of our natural, where now we're looking at $100,000 in 90 days. What if you did $300,000 in 90 days? What if you did $500,000 in 90 days? What if you did that? question. Why is it so easy for us to assist other people, but we will not give ourselves the same attention in moving ahead? And so often that's the question. Like we can, we can coach others, consult with others and stuff like that. But the same thing, usually what we consult others with and coach others with, that's usually the area that we need the support with. It's not that you don't know how to do it. And that's the thing. It's not that most people know what to do. Most people, what you do as a coach. So if you're health and wellness, most people know that they need to eat right and they need to exercise. Now, eat right, that's the toss-up question. What does eat right look like? But most people, we know what to do. We're just not doing it. And so that's where it comes in, having that partnership, having those other believers in business, having a coach yourself. Every coach should have a coach type of thing. And so that's the thing, because usually, like I said, we know what to do. And once again, the same thing, your people, the people that you coach, they know what to do. It's just having that accountability. It's having someone that's going to push you to do what you know to do. And then stand in the gap, because as believers, we can stand in the gap for one another. Having someone that can pray, touch, and agree, because we already know what scripture says about when you have two or three here on earth, touching and agreeing. When you have two or three gathered, God is in the midst. We know. But are we implementing it? Are we walking in that thing? Are we walking it out? I love this, Latoya. Imagine $250,000 every month. Imagine. Yep. And sometimes we are the hardest on ourselves. The things that we say to ourselves, I always say the things that we say to ourselves, if you were listening outside your child's bedroom door and they were saying to themselves what you say to yourself, you wouldn't even let that child finish the sentence before you bust through that door to have a conversation with them. I'm just saying. Okay, you guys, I got to go. I got to call in a minute. So you guys, like I said, these are the steps. Get those steps started. Those of you, like I said, if you're looking and desiring to do that $30,000 to $50,000 in 90 days, you're going to see me ratcheting it up, talking about my accelerator, because we get started in January, round 3. I am super excited about round 3. The crazy part is some that join me in round 1 and they're in round 2. So there are people who did round 1 and they're in round 2. Absolutely amazing. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And so round 3, we get started in January. And so, like I said, it's all about being able to have that partnership with God, being able to position yourself. Like I said, those of you, if you sold a $500 offer, if you sold a $1,000 offer, if you sold a $3,000 offer, I promise you, I'm going to show you how you can at least double it and still sell. So once again, as I always sign out with this, if you have specific questions on how I may be able to support you, please feel free to reach out to me to have conversations. Some of you guys are going to see me in your inbox. I can't talk and tell my people to have conversations with people if I don't do the same thing. Like I said, a lot of you guys, you have been in something of mine because of a conversation that we had in Messenger or via email. And so, like I said, because I believe in what it is that I offer, I know that it can be transformational for your business, for your life. I know that it can be. And so, once again, just like I tell my clients, there are people, I reach out to them, either they ignore me, they say no, or they say, yeah, Beth, can we talk further? Sure. Are they scared? Yeah. Because for some of them, they are investing at a level that they have never invested before. They're $6,000. $6,000. Oh my gosh. But once again, on the other end of that return on your investment, yeah, there's a monetary return on your investment. Yeah, that's fine. But it's so much more than the revenue that you generate. Like I said, being around other believers in business. Being able to confidently and boldly, like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is what it is. This is what I offer. This is how I offer, like being bold in what it is that you do and how you serve your people. those other relationships that you get to build, absolutely amazing. So you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. So you guys, I pray you have an amazing rest of your day. Once again, if you have questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me so we can have a conversation. Once again, you never know until you ask. Some of you guys make assumptions versus just asking. It's always, hey, you have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. Some of you guys just need to ask. You never know what could happen just by you asking. All right. So you guys, once again, have an amazing rest of your day. If you have specific questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I will be having conversations with a lot of you guys in Messenger over the next month and a half. And once again, I always tell people, I reach out to those people that I feel like I can support. So like I said, you guys take care. Once again, if you're catching the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, all that awesome stuff. And so you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live. And you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you on the other side of this live. You guys take care. Take care.